Hi, this is Dr. Mamta Dighe, Director of Zenith Advanced Fertility Center in Pune. Today we are going to be talking about conceiving without IVF. I think something very relevant to all couples, facing infertility treatment as of today. What is important to understand is that not every couple dealing with infertility needs to go on to an IVF treatment. But what is also important to understand is that time is of essence. The earlier we kind of try and understand the factors which are causing a problem in childbearing and assess them properly and do the correct management, that is going to help us conceive with even minimalistic treatments or have the ability to correct the problems that are there and hence avoid the necessity to going on to advanced forms of treatment like in vitro fertilization or IVF. Now, the two most important factors which determine success in infertility, childbearing, or even when IVF is done is the age of the woman and the duration of infertility. And along with the age of the woman, it is also the ovarian reserve. We have talked about the ovarian reserve in some of our other videos, and we have seen how important it is in a woman's ability to conceive a healthy pregnancy. As time goes on, as the age factor increases and the ovarian reserve falls, some of the most important factors which are determinants of a successful outcome go in the negative, and therefore it can become a problem or a bottleneck in the process of fertility. Therefore, time is of essence. Going to the proper fertility specialist in order to understand what is the exact problem. Are there any subtle causes which are being missed out on a routine investigation? Can we evaluate some more and try to find out and correct the subtle problems that can exist in a couple is something that a reproductive medicine specialist is trained for. And therefore, visiting somebody like this whenever you are dealing with infertility becomes extremely important, which will help you conceive even with milder forms of treatment. It is also important to undergo a thorough evaluation. Most of the times, a lot of investigations which are basic and which will help us understand the cause of infertility are not done in most couples, thinking that we can wait still for a longer period of time and then see whether pregnancy is happening. A very common thing that I have come across is when a 27-year-old woman comes to me and says that I've been married at the age of 22 and I have been trying since then, and for the past 5.5 years, I have been unable to conceive. But because I am young, everybody has been telling me to just wait it out. I think that a younger woman has a much better chance of a pregnancy, and if a woman at the age of 22 or 23 is unable to conceive in the past 5 years, then there definitely is something that we need to look at and cannot just tell her that you have time on your hands and you can wait it out. Therefore, evaluating and understanding what kind of problem there is or there is not is a very basic ingredient and a baseline by which you can move ahead and assess which way and which treatment is right for you. Infertility can be corrected by treating the basic hormone issues that can exist in a woman. For example, polycystic ovaries, which is causing anovulation, can be treated with drugs. We can make lifestyle modifications and add certain drugs which can help a woman like this conceive in a much better manner. We can evaluate the male factor well, and if there is a problem which is a mild male factor and it is just starting out at this period of time, we can take adequate and corrective measures to ensure that this does not progress to a severe male factor infertility, wherein then only some treatment like an ICSI procedure will have to be availed of by the patient. Hence, having a good andrologist look into the male factor infertility and trying to assess the methods of treatment, like for example a varicocele surgery, which might by correction help improve the semen count and motility, is another important factor which will make the sperm quality and quantity better and help the patient to conceive naturally. There are also certain factors like tubal factors. There could be infection, swelling of the tube. There are factors like endometriosis, wherein you can have the menstrual blood or the endometrial lining of the uterus spill on into the pelvis of the woman. Endometriosis can decrease the fertility potential quite drastically, and identifying endometriosis in a woman at its early stages and correcting the endometriosis will increase the pregnancy potential of this woman by a great deal. Lastly, there is something like we have already discussed about, and that is intrauterine insemination or IUI, which is a method by which we produce more than a single follicle or an oocyte in the woman by giving her some medications and injections, and at the appropriate time of ovulation the semen sample of the husband is taken. In the laboratory we prepare the semen by washing the semen, putting it in culture media, and taking the good motile and viable sperms into a small soft catheter and threading it via the cervix into the uterus. So there are multiple methods by which one can avoid IVF and try milder forms of treatment. Of course, you always need to do the correct method of treatment, and if IVF is the right form, that is something that you should not delay and you should try and get it done as early as possible, because that is what will give you better pregnancy rates. But definitely there are other forms of treatment that people should consider, and the right time of assessing this, the right management, and the right place to go to for the treatment will definitely help the couple to ensure that they are on the right path. Thank you so much for being with us, and do subscribe to our channel, and please post your comments as well. Thank you.